That is the exact region where you find the pulse. Never ever go and see, oh, iska hai, nail se. I'll just go and touch the pulse like this. No, don't do. Carotid pulse for everybody easy. You just go, ऐसे हाथ इधर भी ठीक है, see here. Don't do this. You are going to kill a patient. Please don't do that. Do follow this properly. Hold your 3 fingers. Extend the neck. From the center, pass it below. Once you get a swelling here in the thyroid region, slide your finger either left or right, unless you get a dip. Pulse negative, there is a dip and the pulsation starts. There will be some depression, there will be uniform skin, and suddenly you will get some dip followed by a muscle. There will be a gap that you will get. There, if you press at your carotid pulse. Got it? That is the place where you check the carotid pulse.
Carotid pulse is different.
Sir, carotid pulse is to check cardiac arrest. Okay. Is pe our role is to find whether carotid pulse is there or not. Yes or no. That is the answer. That is the right answer. See the answer here. Yes or no. That should be your very strong decision. Because आगे steps इसकी basis पे ही शुरू होती है. Because if you say it is yes, if carotid pulse is there, patient's heart is pumping. आपको वो CPR देने की जरूरत नहीं. अगर नहीं है, patient तो heart तो रुक गई, आपको CPR शुरू करना. So everything begins with this single step in BLS. So this patient, I have seen him collapsing. The scene is safe. I took him to a flat surface. I checked for the response. There was no response. I called for the help. I told that person to call the ambulance. He went to call the ambulance. Now I check the pulse. I take the finger, 3 fingers straight in his neck. Then I slide it. Where is I did? I press there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not able to feel the pulse. As well as you need to see the chest. Whether the chest is rising up and down or okay. If the chest is rising up and down, he's breathing. He has some life, which means his heart is also pumping. Second thing you can even check with the nose. Place your finger near the nose and you can check whether he is breathing. Now, there is no pulse, there is no breathing. What you have to do? You have to start CPR. What is CPR? Cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Cardiac means heart, pulmonary is lungs. So we have something to do with both heart as well as lungs. See here, this is the picture. Ideally enough, you have to keep your shoulders straight. Your shoulder should be straight, it should not be flush. Your shoulder, elbow straight. There is one. Some surface, some lower surface. ठीक है, ठीक है. Okay. This is too height actually. What you have to do is take your one hand like this.
Can we use this, sir?
Because two boards are so you have this table. Take your one hand, one palm, and stretch it straight. Second palm, lock it. So you are going to give CPR with your palm area, not with your finger. You are not going to give it like this. You are going to give it with your palm. Got it? And elbow should not be flexed, not like straight. Got this one? Not like this, not like this, not like this. Straight, interlocked. I'm placing my palm in the middle of the chest, between the two knees. Where we have to place? First, keep your elbow straight, shoulder straight, interlock. Place your palm area in the middle of the chest, between the two nipples. See here. Now, getting it? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You get some sound, and that sound even may count करना है. Or how much force I have to give? That is the next question, right? Am I right? Ideally, if you start this, what you have to do is you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 30. Once 30 is done, you have to give mouth to mouth breathing. ये कैसे करेंगे? Post COVID, we don't advocate mouth to mouth breathing because of the infectious causes. In case, if you are comfortable with mouth to mouth breathing, if you have a kerchief, take a kerchief, put it on the patient's lip, cover it, take a deep breath, cut his nose, got it, lift his chin, cover his nose, take a deep breath, and blow into his mouth. Twice. 1, 2, come back again, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Again, 2 times. 30 to 32. There are some textual terms in this. I will come to that. Per minute, you have to take compressions at a rate of 100 to 120. Depth should be a third of the patient's chest depth. You should compress up to 1/3 of the depth. All these things, do you think you can do it properly, or you can check this? Practically not possible. You cannot say, you cannot count that whether I am doing 120 compressions per minute in a minute. No. The general advice is push hard, push fast. This is a general advice. Do it fast, do the compressions fast, or do it hard. This is a general advice that is given. Okay. So when we will stop this? Next question. When we will stop this?
Once the patient is gone.
Sir, in case if the patient is not responding for a long time. If the patient is responding, we have to stop. In case if the patient is not responding, ideally, every you have to stop the compressions, check for the response. This 2 minutes also, how you will come to know that 2 minutes has been over? Practically not possible. All these are book terms. In book, they give a compression of 100 to 120 per minute, and give a compression of up to 4 centimeter in adults, or check response for every 2 minutes. But ideally, in an emergency situation, you are itself panicked. Might be even it is a close one, close relative one. We cannot handle all the stresses at that time. Counting this, time, everything. So what is the practical thing that we can do?
Repetition.
Sorry, sir?
Whole repetition 2 times or 3 times.
Sorry, I'm not getting.
Repetition. 30% and 2 times the small.
Yes, that you have
We
to
can
pay.
do that reps 2 3 times.
Yes, he is right. I told you per minute how many times you have to do? Rate of 100 to 120. In case if you keep it as 120, ideally you should have completed 4 cycles. Am I right? If you have ideally in 1 minute, you should do 4 times. 30 compressions should have been done 4 times, which accounts for 1 minute. I told you up to 2 minutes you have to do this. So how you will know? Minimum you have to do 8 times, 8 compressions. 5 to 8 compressions should be done to check for the response. In between that, do not stop your compressions, because we have a time interval where the heart pump begins again. For that, you need to give compressions for up to at least 2 minutes, and you should not interrupt in the between. If you are interrupting, your heart will not pump. In cardiac arrest, what happens is that we have a graph. For example, patient को cardiac arrest हो गया, heart pump नहीं कर रहा. There is a flat graph. You have started the CPR. Now the heart functioning. For example, it is 0. This is 100. the heart will start functioning slow, slow, slow. Once you give CPR, the heart will regain its function slowly, 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 slowly. Once you stop the CPR, this will immediately come back to 0. It is not that it will come back from 80 to 70. फिर again if you start CPR, ठीक है 70 से 90, वो वैसे नहीं होगा. It will immediately. Got it? That is the reason we also say, do not interrupt in the middle. Do not stop the compressions till 2 minutes is over. That is 5 to 8 compressions. आपको वैसे ही करना है. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 30 हो गया, 2 बार मैंने दिया. दोबारा 30 हो गया, 2 बार हो गया. 32 32 32 32 वैसे कितना बार करना है? Minimum at least 6 to 8. Only then you will get a count of 2 minutes. Why? Because if you stop in the between, your patient will not come. Chances are very low. Do you think a single person can do this? After the session, I will call everybody to do a compression practice. You cannot even do single 30 count, you cannot. Even as a doctor, I cannot. So what is the practical thing that we can do with this? I told you in the beginning, once you notice someone who has collapsed, call for help. This is the reason we need to call for help. In case, if I have sir who was around in the scene, first I'm doing these compressions. Actually, because of this height, I could not do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. See here, my weight, my pressure that I'm giving is through my entire weight. I'm not using my hand to press. Once you use your hand, you'll be fatigued. You have to use your force of your entire body above the patient. Keep it straight. See here, my force is from the above. I'm just using my force, my whole weight from the above to the patient's body. If you do it properly, you can do many cycles. You can do continuously alone also, which we do in the hospital. We doctors do alone. Even they continuous CPR alone for more than 15 minutes, they do. You need to do everything properly. In BLS session, among the public, this is not possible. So, हाँ वो practice session पे कर लेते हैं. So, if someone has arrived here, what we do? For example, I am doing this 30. After completion of 30, I give breaths. Then I tell him, you continue. He will do 30 compressions, give 2 breaths. Then I'll join. While I do, he'll take rest. This has to be interchange between the two. Once I do 30 compressions, I give breaths, then he'll start. So if we have 2 to 3 members, we can interchange and in between, one can take rest. Got it? So now, for how long I should do this? I told you up to 2 minutes, there should be no interruptions in this, right? What we can do is, after 2 minutes, मतलब 6 cycle हो गया, 6 बार वैसे करते हैं, 30:2, 30:2. This set you have done for 6 times. Now again what you have to do is the same thing. Check for response. अगर patient बात करती है, इसको वापस आ गया, stop CPR. Check for the response, check for the pulse, check for the breathing. All these things should happen within 10 seconds. Process. You can bring back the patients. Patient's heart can be brought back, but patient will end up in coma. Got it? In case, if this is the patient who has collapsed there, within 10 seconds, I should do all these things. I need to take him to the flat surface, I need to check whether the scene is safe, I need to call someone, activate ambulance, check the pulse, activate CPR. Once if you do this, their chance of survival is elevated. There is this thing. That's the data in American Heart Association. Pity thing is, in our Indian population, we don't even have data. We don't even have the data of how this survival benefit of CPR, because we don't do. We have American data where if CPR is started early, the survival chances increased up to 50%. 50% the patient can survive. Got it? So the same thing, in case अगर आप वैसे CPR किया 2 मिनट की बात आप पल्स से किया, पल्स तो मिल गई, अभी क्या है? Ambulance तो आ रहे हैं, ambulance is on the way. For example, you called Max ambulance. I am the one who has attended the call. I am saying you I am on the way. It will take 10 more minutes for me to come to the spot. You are there. You have started CPR. You have given mouth-to-mouth treatment. You are checking, sir, the pulse has arrived. I feel the pulse. Then what you do? Now what you do?
You should let the legs.
No, sir. Next immediate thing what you have to do is, once the pulse has arrived, stop CPR. आपको पेशेंट के पास पे कंटिन्यूस पल्स तो देना, क्यों? Once if the patient has a cardiac arrest, they can again go into the cardiac arrest. कभी भी दोबारा cardiac arrest हो सकते हैं. Have you heard in hospital doctor saying that सारा patient तो वापस आके दोबारा इसको cardiac arrest होगी? Because once if the heart has stopped, at any time again this heart can stop, right? So once you get the pulse, do not leave the patient, do not leave your monitoring. Make sure that you monitor the pulse continuously. बीच में अगर दोबारा pulse नहीं मिल रहा, start CPR. This has to be done continuously. One step that I miss in this is, I'll tell this now. Once you see someone who is fainting, you are calling someone for help, right? You are saying him, call ambulance. साथ में ये भी बोलना है आपको. First thing is ambulance. Calling the ambulance is the priority. Second thing, to the helper who is arriving, you have to say, bring AED. So we have learned what is cardiac arrest, which is new to all. Then what we have learned? Any new medical terms that we learned? We learned what is cardiac arrest. Then is CPR, BLS. The next new term that you are learning today is AED. What is AED? AED is automated external defibrillator. If you want to say in a layman's term, it is called as an electrical device which gives current to the patient. Simple. If you go to the airport, ma'am, do we have AED here? Ideally, it should be there. If you go to airport, if you go to metro stations, there will be a box. You will find a red box, like this thing. Like fire, you have a this thing. So can you appreciate this? This one. You will find this red box, which is kept in the flights, which is kept in the metro stations. Usually in every public place, this should be kept. This will be available. You have to tell him, go get the AED device. First thing is call ambulance. Second thing is get AED device. अगर आपको वो you cannot remember this AED term, tell him get the current device. समझ गए? ये ढूंढ लो कहीं वॉल्स पे कोई रेड कलर बॉक्स वगैरह मिल गया, ठीक है?